California. Just want to talk to you parents real quick about the differences between the 4-stroke 50 and the 2-stroke 50. This bike here, I mean, obviously this was a little beat up, whatever, it runs. This bike here I started on. I learned in 1982 I had one of these. Yamaha has continued the same design pretty much, changed colors a few times, but this bike is pretty much the same as 1982 as it is today off the showroom floor. So, you know, keep that in mind when you're going to buy a 50. A used one might be a great option for you. This one was a nice find for us. And then you also have like the newer technology, the 4-stroke 50. And I just want to go over what the differences real quick, because you might be thinking, oh, maybe my kid needs a 4-stroke, maybe he needs a 2-stroke. I live in the mountains, no question. For us, you got to have the 4-stroke. You need the torque to get up the hills or whatnot. If you're on flat land, you have the option of the 2. You can definitely do a 2-stroke. If you're just doing motocross tracks, 2-stroke will work just as well as a 4-stroke will. Maybe better in some places, maybe the 4-stroke's better in other places. I know for sure with the track's thick and you need some torque to get through it, 4-stroke's the way to go. A lot of our tracks around here, they're really nice, they're loamy, but you need some torque to get through them, so it's tough for the PW 50s. Now, if you're somewhere riding in the desert, a lot of hard pack, like out here, we have a lot of hard pack, the PW 50 is a great option, so keep that in mind. I'm just going to go ahead and ride them. I'm about 175 pounds. I'm going to ride them up some hills, down some straightaways. Try a 4-stroke. I would argue that the PW is faster on the top end when it's running right. I'm starting to lug a little bit, gonna go down to gear. Alright, here we are at the hill climb. This is where this CRF's really going to shine.
Alright, this is where we'll start it from. There's a pretty good little incline right here. CRF, go. Oh yeah, wheelie in the second. That's right, second gear.
Alright, it's time for the PW.
PW 50 on the grade from a dead stop.
Motorcycles is a price point. Okay, let's be honest. You're a parent. Economy's not doing so well. I know I'm not doing so well. But hey, nevertheless, you want to get out and you want to ride. That's where the key differences between these motorcycles are. You can find a beat up PW 50 for $300 to $500. You can probably find a clean one for $700, $800, $900. As far as the CRF 50 goes, well, you're not going to touch one of these for anything under than $800. CRF is much quieter to ride than the PW 50, so keep that in mind. As far as the 4-strokes, they're fairly new, so you're not going to have a lot of issues with them, but they've been mistreated or haven't been kept up. It can be catastrophic as far as fixing them. If you do a top end on a 4-stroke motorcycle, forget about it. It's trash. You know, it's done probably. You know, you're looking at, I couldn't even imagine on $100 on up. I know it's $2,300 if I blow that one up. So 2-stroke, it will cost you $150 on eBay. You get a head and you can get a 60 kit for it for $150. Like, hey, you know, if you're on a budget, the PW is definitely the way to go. 4-stroke is in rich territory. Our kid definitely prefers the CRF 50. I think mainly just because of the torque and the throttle response is there. The seat height, the Honda is definitely a little bit bigger motorcycle. It's a little bit heavier. And the seat height is taller, so keep that in mind. If you got a really small kid just learning, the PW is really sweet for those kids that are just learning. You know, you put a little screw under the throttle, and basically you govern it. And both of these can have training wheels. I've seen training wheels on both versions. The forks are definitely a lot better suspension-wise. The CRF can handle a lot more. I mean, an adult can ride the CRF just fine, whereas the PW adult's going to break it eventually. I haven't yet, but I'm only 170 pounds. So now, as far as the forks are just spring-loaded, and there's not much travel in the back. This is just really a beginner motorcycle, just to get their feet wet. The biggest difference between the two motorcycles, as far as a young child learning is concerned, is this is a fully automatic motorcycle, the PW 50. That means that it's got a centrifugal clutch in it. You hit the gas and the bike just takes off. Automatic. Piece of cake. It shifts by itself. I think it at least has 2 gears, because you can hear it going to the second one. And it's very easy. It's like a bicycle almost, but the brakes are backwards. It's a good idea if you're going to get your son into motocross or anything to switch his brakes on his bicycle so he gets used to it. Front brake on motorcycles is over here, and back brake for this motorcycle is over here. Of course, most motorcycles have back brake down there, but this is very simplistic for the children. Hey, you hop on, there's your back brake, kid, here's your gas, go. You know, have a nice day, piece of cake. And this, the PW50, there's twice as many controls, basically. You've got a real front brake, which is nice because it gets the kid ready for the next level. And then you also have a shift lever. So you have 3 gears. Neutral's all the way down, and then you've got first gear up, second gear up, third gear up. So there's a little bit more to learn there, but it's a great tool to get them ready for, you know, maybe a KX60 or, you know, the next level of motorcycle. So as far as the brakes go on this one, you only have one front brake here because they're back brakes on the right side. Gentleman I heard the other day at a vintage track, a vintage racer, he said, hey, I overheard him telling a girl, all your brakes on the right hand side, you know, all your brakes on the right hand side. So, you know, when you're teaching your child, all your brakes on the right hand side, shifting's on the left hand side. So that kind of is almost the next level. But no clutch, you know, it's centrifugal clutch in there as well. You don't have the kid having to worry about letting out the clutch. You know, you put it in gear and it just stays. Me personally, my biased opinion would be the for the starting kid out there, definitely the Yamaha PW50, just for price point. For one, you know, they're easy to fix, they're easy to maintain, they're a little bit of work, you know, if you don't know two strokes too much, it's gonna be a little bit of a challenge, but your local motorcycle shop can help you out. Of course, Chris down there at Chico Motorsports always helps us out. And then we have the CRF 50 here, which is a great motorcycle, and I love it for up here, and it's my child's choice, but he's a little bit bigger, and he's already been riding for a little while, so you know, he prefers to have, you know, more
KTM
torque.
ride date coming up soon. Don't miss that one.